Hey there again everyone, and welcome to my brand new channel, Haines Games. This channel I will solely be concentrating on in-depth video game reviews. I hope to keep you guys entertained, and for plenty more laughs and other entertainment, please check out my main channel, Nick Haines World. Okay, enough of the formal shit now. Let's get on with the review of Deus Ex Human Revolution. Wow, I nearly got interrupted, even before the game begins. Wow, that is one giant glory hole. Woohoo, Adam Jensen, you go get yourself some of that.
And in Washington tonight,
the game starts with you as Adam Jensen in what seems to be a large government-like facility. While you're in the first room, you come across a document on a chair talking about the pallete virus. I'm only guessing there. It probably is a silent T. A woman character gives the "I thought women took a long time" spiel. For the date of this game, this taking a man down is ahead of its time. When you leave this room, an automatic type scene starts up. You are going through the company's labs. You accidentally stumble across a researcher talking to a military guy about something the company is working on. As a gamer, you notice the researcher's arm looks weird, yet the researcher informs the military guy,
"The one I'm wearing."
This is way too obvious, pointing out what they are talking about. I give them a negative right here for this. The stock standard learner's tutorial comes up, but it does actually come across quite seamlessly. This does actually make up though for the previous obvious storyline muck-up.
"The one I'm wearing."
I already had Duck worked out. First person shooter, hello. Jumping, I took a guess and pressed X. Wow, I was right. Shock horror. Sprinting was actually the one I didn't know. I lost a little health when I jumped into a cactus in the corridor. I knew this because a hurt noise was activated. They didn't need to put it in, but it was a nice touch nonetheless. However, in the same bloody area, a damaged circuit is spewing out sparks and electricity and does nothing to me. So let me get this straight. A cactus hurts, but electricity coming from a damaged circuit doesn't? This game is more technologically based. Let's focus on the tech damage. Don't focus on a cactus. A cactus! I'll give the game credit though. It does make you feel tense and wonder what is coming up. Can't give any plus points here though, because that stupid cactus dynamic is still playing on my mind long after finishing this game. Your exploring leads into the opening credits. It's a nice little fight scene, which then cuts to after the fight, with your company rebuilding.
CT probe shows the bullet caused severe hematoma. We need to repair
With
that
credits overlaid. A great starting point for a game called Human Revolution. Now that I was in full control, I started looking around Sarif Industries and listening to what my current mission was about, which was rescuing people. Now I thought I was getting the push along, which is really cool. But I wonder if this is one of those things where the time precious event would happen anyway. I have also noticed, as I have been travelling around this building, that I have seen the same version of people in here 3 or 4 times. Hey now, come on, that is not racist. They are the same person, just acting differently. They even have a token black janitor, talking jive, acting cool in a crisis situation.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
I can't believe they paid guys to read this in these tones. Whatever pays the bills, I suppose. As I was getting ready to leave to commence this first mission, I found the route seemed quite forced. They tried to disguise it with a few hidden vents that basically led nowhere. And there was a door to go out into the street. Just by coincidence, has a guy cleaning it. Bit of ex machina happening here, people. Wow, I really hope my searching game style didn't kill those hostages. Whoopsie! Kind of a downer. But what would be more of a downer is that if all my reckless time wasting didn't mean 2 shits. out and about in the real world. In a video game that is a thing, shut up! As I am enjoying the scenery of Detroit, the health physics are really not up to scratch in this game. Here is a little example of this. You stand on fire on the ground, nothing happens. Go up to a little wall fire, and you get torched. Magical fire. Witchcraft! Okay, after I got my mind around this, I went on a bit of a trophy bender. First takedown. This trophy wasn't a necessity right away, but it was cool taking down a guard in the non-lethal way. I decided early on as well that I was going to be a rogue good guy. Ghost. This was a very cool trophy. I have previously bagged the limited route issue in the Seraph building. This area really made up for that. I decided to cross the rooftop of this little industrial area I found and entered a factory through a vent way up high and out of the way of guards. Having a choice of attack gives you some freedom as a player. Speaking of choice, what the fuck is up with the yellow and black colours everywhere? From game cover, trophies, to the level designs. Unless it's some part of the storyline, there goes that plus point for the trophy. First hack. This was one of those tutorial trophies. An obvious placement of a keypad after your discussion with that utter dick over comms. The system was a little puzzling. There seemed to be too many options in this minigame. They even have yellow paint cans laying around everywhere. Beyond the joke with this fucking yellow and black theme, don't you think? Unforeseen consequence. When something is at risk that makes the trophy actually mean something, you know, the trophy, not the human hostage in the game, it makes for some intense gameplay. Choosing the right options to coerce this on-edge character.
You should have stayed home tonight. Oh look! Seraph's attack dog!
To give up the hostage felt like an achievement.
What the hell did you just say?
That was nicely done, and closed out this section of the story really well. I went with the down option, right option, down option, right option for the win. The first movie clip starts up with an in-depth look at Mr. Seraph. For me, there seems to be some underlying story with this guy. He wants me to bend the rules to get what he wants.
Yeah, about Sanders. What the hell were you thinking? Letting him slip away like that?
This sounds like all the traits of a bad guy to me.
Yeah, well, the police are saying he's not, and they're refusing to let me see the body.
I played against his conversation with my choices, all because of how he came across. I told him cops won't cooperate, because he let innocent people die just for an acquisition. Then I went for a cruise around Detroit City. Where is all the garbage in Detroit? I have seen pictures. It isn't just themed yellow and black. And why does nearly every civilian in Detroit seem to know Adam Jensen? As I am a searcher, explorer type of gamer, I was getting concerned I was missing stuff behind the cardboard boxes. So I started tearing up the environment. It actually really is fun beating up a cardboard box. As I was searching around the city of Detroit, I went into an apartment, you know, to keep society safe. I came across a hypostim. Now I had a full inventory at the time. I checked to see if I could drop anything that was utterly useless. And I stumbled across a damage upgrade pack I collected. I used it out of necessity to make room and bling! Trophy for a weapon upgrade. I clambered my way back down to lower street level, into the slums. Now where is the... Oh, right there is a basketball court. And wow, these people are rich. There is actually a basketball laying around. Let's go shoot some shots.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Well, this isn't what I thought it would be. These ball physics are awful. But before you want to drown me like a witch for my dark, evil words, I did come to realise later on in the game a really neat thing about this little minigame and the physics. Stay tuned for my summary at the end of my review. Balls. As I mentioned before, the mechanics of this was so bad. After trying to throw from everywhere, I just used the dumpsters and just jumped and released the ball from right on top of the ring. Yeah, I know. The WNBA will be giving me a contract soon. Whoa! Easy! Sorry. As I was talking to people around Detroit, I did gain a few side missions to do as well. The most recent one at the time was I had to deal with a Mr. Corella's indiscretion. I played him down the middle, being annoyed with having to do this pesky little task for him, telling him not to do it again. I kind of threatened him with my rogue way. I made my way then to the police station. This was a real pain in the ass to get around. Cops were everywhere. The security system hacking was really tough to get through. I suppose though, being a police station, it should be expected. So I give them a point here for their tough security. It really made sense. I convinced the clerk here to let me into the morgue to survey this body from the Sarif Industries attack. I played on the clerk's history after our short little introductory conversation, crushed his hopes. I was a little afraid I messed up when he got angry, but as soon as I got the choices up again, I knew I had won and the trophy would pop up with the plea option that was given to me. While I was trying not to die in the police station, I kind of veered off from my current main mission, and I remembered there was an older side mission I had to finish off. It was involving, remember that old lady before? It was Megan's mum. I left the police station and went to speak to her. Luckily, I held on to everything I had collected and just happened to have Megan's bracelet. I was empathetic towards this woman because it just wouldn't have made sense to the personality path that my character was on. The cold threatening responses given to other missions wasn't really warranted here. Then I kind of fucked up. I accidentally smacked the shit out of the elderly lady, pressing the wrong button. Whoops. It looked hilarious after the conversation though. Well, the main story had me heading back to the police station. The hard as all fuck, security stacked police station. Damn it! Actually, this time I decided to go through the front door. Maybe I was crazy from seeing yellow and black everywhere, but to my surprise, this time around it was a lot easier. People seemed to recognise me with references such as, I must be Jensen. Maybe due to the clearance at the front desk, just maybe. But to go from every cop wanting to find you and take you down, to having casual conversations, all because of the way I entered into the building after a few in-game hours apart. Yeah, I'm going to give a negative here for this piece of inconsistency. In the bullpen on the first floor, I just walked up to a computer terminal that was over in the corner and just hacked into it casually. Officers were everywhere in the room. No one cared about my hacking ways. I did, however, then go to the center computer with cops strewn everywhere and tried to hack in. The cop shot me in the head. Good on that security intelligence. But just 5 meters to my left, I was fine. Here seems to be our word of the day. Inconsistency! Next up, it was time to head home. As I entered my apartment, I went into the kitchen and saw children's cereals lined up on the counter. Now what this does is gives a bit of a little less edge to the character of Adam Jensen. Some organic character enhancement without any cutthroat choices or mission parameters driving who your character will become. You are chatting once again with the dick tech guy from Sarif Industries.
I know. Now be quiet and let me concentrate.
You know, that asshole that you nearly wish was the main bad guy of the story. Anyway, I digress. It seems the suicide bomber from the initial attack that started the story was controlled by the software. Someone used him as a slave and he was traced to the Highlands Park area in Detroit.
Someone off-site was doing the actual hacking.
Exactly. And whoever it was tried to hide his location by using multiple satellites.
Transhumanist. This was a simple trophy to get. I was strolling the yellow and black streets of Detroit and found a nice little hidden spot from being a natural searcher. I received on this occasion a praxis point. Usually you gain these after missions. I was quite lucky and really grateful that I obtained it. I had not used any praxis points on body upgrades. I looked through my menu of augmentations and chose the head. Well, because this one only had 2 slots to fill. I saw the trophy earlier and just decided to take it at this point. Next, it was time to go out on a limb for Adam Jensen. I entered into Limb Laboratories. Get it? Get it? Basically, I wanted to dig for more information on this bionic versus the normie fight that was bubbling away in the story. This building was a very cold, steely environment. Medical instruments laden all over the building. Even though a very cold environment to be working in, they seem to be the good guys. No real surprises here with how this place operates. After this short little visit and upgrade, I went back out onto the mean streets of Detroit. I went and entered another random building that lined the streets. I did find at times I was going through the same building due to a lack of aesthetics on the outer. Luckily, this was a fresh new one to rummage around. The building, though, had some hilarious security issues. Everyone's bedroom code is 3733. Ow! Building management is really sleazy and really desperate to get some action in these futuristic times. To also leave this information laying around in some electronic message, all I can put this down to is Detroit must be lost without having criminal acts. What is the local sports team in this game? The Detroit Prisoners? Come to Detroit, you can have access to all the whores you want. Of course, one I am sure that is quite real, Detroit. No means yes. I will give a point for how hilarious this hardcore security is. I eventually made my way to the FEMA detention center as I was looking to advance the main story. First thing you actually feel when you get into this center is the steps from a big mechanical robot. A very neat way of using the vibration controls in the controller. And it was greatly timed. The centre was very dingy, yellow and black once again. Nothing added to a fresh new environment here. Now, I had a bit of a problem when I was in the FEMA detention centre. For one of the earlier side missions, I had been lugging around a crossbow. I was thinking to myself, oh, this section of the main mission won't be too long. All over this place, I am finding neat stuff. And every time I click to pick something up, blam, 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 full inventory. I really hope leaving all this stuff behind isn't going to come back and bite me in the arse. I should have finished that side mission first. Damn it! Thinking about the amount of space this crossbow is taking up, maybe I should just lose this trophy I was aiming for. Well, then we arrived at our first boss fight against Lawrence Barrett. I didn't know anything about this enemy. I might have heard his name maybe once. The character growth on these enemies was non-existent in this game. That seems to be a little bit of a problem if you ask me. After about the 5th try, I was hiding behind barriers and just shocking the big bastard. I felt like I needed something extra to try and end the fight. I took one of the red barrels in the environment and ditched it at Barrett, just as he damn well blinded me with a frag grenade. My vision came back as I just saw him fall to a knee. The bull, a basic trophy here after a movie clip. I found out some information to advance the storyline.
Get to Shanghai. Hang shot Port Gardens.
It was time to visit Shanghai, Japan, with the obligatory threat.
Tell him Barrett sent you straight to hell!
See Barrett in hell. Even with that, insert threat line here. I will give a point for the moment. Kill myself, kill myself, kill myself, kill myself, kill myself. Oh hey! I wanted these bloody trophies badly. But sometimes when gaming turns into a chore, you have to move on and come back to your goals later. That leads me into a question for you great people out there. Is there any game that has bored you to the point where you haven't completed it?
Not Carla, just Carl. Carl.
Oh, Carl. Yeah.
Carl. Carl.
Carl.
No.
Okay, let's head to China then. There is nothing like losing a shot at a couple of trophies to make you hate a country. Hey, just kidding again, people. Jeez, touchy. Hey, this country looks a lot like Detroit, but with multiple levels. That's showing some great thought outside the box, people. A few extra trees here and there, but hey, yellow and black everywhere. Again! I was checking out a computer after I had hacked it. I was reading this email, and number 5 is written and followed in brackets by numerical 5. Thanks for helping the dumb gamers out there, Deus Ex. Hacker. I hacked my 50th device. As I have explained on numerous occasions, I'm a searcher when gaming. So this was one of the ones I love to get. Standard searching, really. Rotten business. I had a fun decision to make during this trophy, to either throw the evil pimp over the building's ledge after knocking him out, or knocking him out and planting drugs in his apartment. Now, dropping him over the ledge would have been the right thing for the character to do, seeing he was an ex-cop and justice and all that. But they won't trick me. I still have a no kills trophy waiting for me at the end of the game. It was time to head to the Hive nightclub, you know, to get some sweet honey. Okay, fine, okay, I won't say these horrible jokes again, alright? I decided to go down to the basement, and I took out another gang member, and up popped my 50th guy takedown. Halfway to the 100 guy mark, bar tab. Now during this side mission to help another one of the ladies of the night, after hacking all the satellite to get an exact location on where this woman Jaya was, never actually said too much more about how this would work for the mission. I found her in an apartment in Genscher Court Garden, the green interior building, which was a wonderful thing to see after all this goddamn yellow and bloody black. I had to talk to her a couple of times to get the right conversation lines happening.
Having trouble dealing with the dirty job you have to do?
Either that, or I was just going to pop her in the chops. And that didn't seem like my character Jensen's way. I went back to the bar with the chip, which seemed more important, right? That damn bartender argued about the cash, and he didn't give me a way into the basement. I fucking wanted to shoot that place up, even after hearing that sweet trophy pop. Thank you very much for stopping by for my first part of my in-depth review on Deus Ex Human Revolution. I have got plenty more things to look at in the final part of this review. I hope you have enjoyed me having a bit of a look around, having a bit of a take on things that have happened in the game. There has been a few inconsistencies. Now, there is a method to my madness, alright? I have split this video into parts because my videos roughly on my other channel are between 5 and 15 minutes. So I've shortened them down and cut them down a bit. What this means is I can get them done a bit quicker for you guys out there to keep you guys entertained. Now, speaking of my channel and being entertained, why don't you stop by my main channel, Nick Haines World. Click on this ugly buffhead for plenty more content, plenty of crazy opinions, a few unboxings, and other general shenanigans. Oh, and just one last thing. On this channel, I have recently set up a brand new Twitch account where I'll be streaming games and I'll be uploading the streams to this channel, Haines Game. Keep on gaming out there, guys.